Is this good television?
Hello and welcome to Taskmaster Australia. I'm an artificially intelligent robot clone of Tom Gleeson. I've only been programmed to say a few stock phrases, but I'm happy to announce that one of them is, I am the Taskmaster. Tonight we're going to watch 5 Australian comedians attempt a series of very important tasks. I'll hand out points for their efforts and together we'll figure out who deserves to win the official Taskmaster trophy. The 5 comedians competing to have this beautiful trophy don their otherwise accolade-free mantelpieces are Aaron Chen, Conchetta Caristo, Mel Buttle, Peter Hellier and Reece Nicholson. And finally, sitting next to me on a much smaller throne, which he had 3D printed at Officeworks, is my assistant, Tom Cashman. G'day, Tom.
Hi, other Tom. Do I look different?
No.
I've got new contacts.
You can't really see them.
They're not in my eyes. So that's the number for Marty. He lives in the apartment across from mine. And that's the Poisons hotline. I thought maybe I'd look different, like more prepared and confident.
Yeah. All right, Tom, what's our prize task tonight?
Tonight, our contestants have been asked to bring in what they consider to be the object that if they got Pompeyed whilst holding, future civilizations would question.
OK. And so for anyone who hasn't studied ancient Rome, what's being Pompeyed mean?
It's when, like, lava comes real quick and it freezes you, whatever you're doing.
OK. All right, Conchetta, what strange item would you be holding?
A bonnet hood hairdryer attachment.
OK. OK.
See, if you wore the pink bit on your head, do you know what you'd be thinking? You'd be like, oh my God, did this poor person get attacked by an octopus?
But like a severely disabled octopus.
Yeah, that octopus is on its last leg.
All right, Reece, what did you bring in?
Well, I took the task by the words, so I just went simple.
OK, so as the lava's coming down the hill, you'd hold up your cardboard sign.
Yeah, yeah.
And as the lava came over the top of you, and it set fire and was gone in about
No.
like about a minute, so you'd actually have no item.
You can't see it. It's made of Teflon and Kevlar.
All right, well, Peter, what did you bring in?
I also have a sign,
OK.
but it's made from really strong material that hasn't been invented yet. I like the Terminator films.
OK.
I like a bit of a practical joke. So I'm going to have a sign that warns the future that something is imminent. That's why I'm got this sign.
OK.
Because they would have heard of the storage wars.
Yeah.
But they will just think it's just a TV show.
Yeah.
But then somebody has warned them that the storage wars are real.
In movies like Terminator,
Yeah.
it's people from the future who have knowledge. They go back to the past and they warn the past. It's never the past warning the future. The future know everything.
It's a fair point.
I mean, I would love to address your concerns, but there is a writer's strike on at the moment.
And the nerds are going to get angry because we keep saying lava, but in Pompeii it was actually ash that landed on people who were dying due to asphyxiation, and that cast them, and that's why they were preserved.
And paper can survive ash.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's be very clear on that. Because, to be honest, I was lying about the special material. It is just paper.
Yeah. Sorry, they said it was lava. I just got corrected again. It wasn't Ash.
I got corrected again from your... And it was Ash. It was Ash.
I'm being told I won the series.
Mel, what did you bring in?
I brought in something that includes you, Taskmaster, because
Okay.
I wanted the future generations to look back on a time when maybe you and I weren't the megastars of this show that we are now.
What do you mean, we?
How many Instagram followers you got, cuz?
I don't know.
It's not relevant, is it? Because you haven't had to scrap around the edges of the industry just to get a nibble. Anyway. What I want the people of the future to know is a time when you and I, Tom, worked together
Oh, yeah.
on a Channel 10 show that lasted one season. Oh. Do you remember this one?
I remember this. This was a sketch series that you wrote.
Yep.
But I was just guesting in it. I was a guest, wasn't I?
So I threw you a bone.
OK. All right, Aaron, what have you got?
I brought in a volcano experiment kit. Yeah, I think people would be asking a lot of questions. They'd be like, this guy's a loser because he's doing it small, but he could have just gone outside. Saw it in the big time, that type of thing, you know? Yeah.
Well, people might even think that that was the volcano that caused you to be Pompeii, like it just spilled out of that tiny one.
Oh, like it was a personal Pompeii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You Pompeii'd yourself.
Yeah. Pompeii for one, you know?
Right, so I am going to give 1 point to Peter Hellier because I'm worried that his object was extremely flammable. 2 points to Reese for pretty much the same reason. And I'm going to give 3 points to Conchetta. 4 points to Mel. I actually remember that sketch being very, very funny. The people who just ran that show had no vision. So I'm giving Mel 4 points.
Thank you.
Just for the sheer weirdness of it, I'm giving 5 points to Aaron Chen for his volcano experiment. All right, I've got that special feeling in my tummy, Tom, and you know what that means. You're about to introduce a new task.
Once again, your torso is correct. It's 40 love.
There you are.
Hi, Pete.
Hey, Tom.
Oh, hello.
You remembered I love tennis.
I love tennis.
Oh, do you?
Is this tennis related?
I want this to come out not.
Shit. Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Andre Agassi, what do they all have in common?
They're all men.
Make the most obnoxiously loud racket with this racket.
Your obnoxiously loud racket must commence in exactly
10 minutes.
Your time starts now.
And so you want me to make the loud racket within the 10 minutes or after the 10 minutes?
All the information you need is in the task.
Pete, you said, is this something to do with tennis?
Yeah, this is one of the early tasks I did, so I was just getting into the groove of it. So I saw the tennis balls and I saw the tennis racket and I thought, hang on a second. This could be tennis related.
All right, who are we going to see first?
Will they ace it or will they fault? It's Conchetta, Mel and Peter.
Your obnoxiously loud racket must commence in exactly 10 minutes.
Think, 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 think.
What I need you to do, Tom, is hold this, Tom.
That's a snare.
It's like the actual task to get the drum names right, so let's not focus on that.
What's with these? Oh, that's what these are for.
Now, is where it gets fun.
Oh,
I haven't played for a while, so...
okay.
It has to commence in 10 minutes, doesn't it?
Well, now 6 minutes and 53 seconds.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna start thinking with my brain. I've been thinking with my tits this whole time. Like, can I go anywhere?
Yeah.
Why don't you come
Where are you going?
to over in this place?
I'm doing triples now.
What's the time on the...
1 minute and 22 seconds.
Not long enough. I've hardly had time to think.
You gotta keep going.
45 seconds left.
Last two. Oh! Like,
Yeah, that hit me.
okay, there you go.
Hey, will you say go?
I'll blow my whistle. When I blow my whistle, that's when the sound can commence.
You finished? Yeah. Catch you around.
I'm here to administer the task. I can't tell you anything that's not on the task sheet. It's my name's Tom Cashman. Tom Gleason's a boss. I'm here to administer the task. I think I've concluded my task.
That'll do me, Tom. That'll do me.
So you know before, Pete, when you were saying this is one of the first tasks that you did, I now believe you.
Yeah.
So you missed the whole task. Did you know that you'd missed it?
I'm finding out right now.
And did Pete make any other sounds after he left?
So we have some audio of the next noise that Pete made into his microphone.
Yeah, that'd be great. No, just this black English breakfast. Yeah, thank you.
So hang on. So the obnoxious racket he made was whispering an order for a cup of tea.
I'm actually relieved because after that I took a dump.
Mel, I'm concerned about your racketing.
Thank you.
You were yelling all this stuff into a microphone while holding a racket, but I
Correct.
don't think you were actually using the racket to make a racket.
Okay.
It was with the racket, I'm
Yep,
sure.
But I'm with the racket. I've got it. I'm with it, baby. I'm 100% with that racket.
See, Mel, you got to listen to the. You got to actually read every word.
Yeah. Yeah, they nitpick, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure that we can actually use your obnoxious words. We're going to have to use what you actually did with the racket.
Mel's banging with the racket was 83 decibels loud.
Ooh, 83, huge number.
quite loud.
That's very loud.
Now, Conchetta, how loud was it when you were banging the racket on those lockers? I feel like it would have been quite deafening if you were there in person.
I had AirPods in. I was just listening to Family Guy, so I didn't hear it in its full.
You're listening to the audio of a Family Guy episode?
Yeah, I like to play the episode on YouTube, put it in my pocket, and listen to like a podcast.
So you're so into radio at Triple J, you listen to TV shows.
But yeah, I think it was deafening. What about you, Tom? You were there.
It was very loud. We measured the decibel levels and it was 91 decibels.
Oh, okay.
I should say as well, obviously Pete's was the least loud, but we measured that as well, 32 decibel.
It's disappointing because usually I scream in the face of the help, to be honest. Give me a tea! That's what I would usually say.
All right, time for you at home to make some obnoxious noises of your own while you scream into the void waiting for the show to come back on. Don't worry, it's only a few minutes. We'll see you soon for more Taskmaster. Welcome back to Taskmaster, where 5 Australian comedians are making themselves the centre of attention by being as loud and obnoxious as humanly possible.
So far we've heard some medium obnoxiously loud noises from Conchetta and Mel and watched a really good practice from Pete. Next up, will they have the juice or will they be a double fault? It's Aaron and Reese.
Obnoxiously loud. Obnoxious, I mean, my voice, like, pretty obnoxious.
Let's go to the kitchen.
Okay.
I would like to record something and then play it very, 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 very loudly back through that like a big speaker.
Okay.
I reckon these will be obnoxiously loud to blend.
Wow.
2 blenders.
This will make me lose the task. Maybe I play Tom Gleeson accepting the Logie, I reckon.
Hello.
This is some of the most obnoxious racket I can make with the racket.
I don't know much about electrics, but I hope this works.
Okay.
and I hate it at the same time. I can tell you this, I'm not the most popular person on Australian television. I know I'm not. The most popular personality on Australian TV would go to someone from Married at First Sight or the...
Pretty obnoxious.
Thanks, Reese.
Bye.
So, Reese,
Yes.
I think you playing my Logie speech to a speaker doesn't count. It wasn't you making a racket with a racket, it was me talking at the Logies.
You know how people kind of listen to music when they run to make them feel kind of really pushes them through? Listening to your Gold Logie speech made me want to smash the shit out of that kitchen.
Okay. So it inspired you to
It
break
inspired me
things.
to make a racket, just like you did with that stuck-up Australian industry
That you're in.
that I'm in. And if anything, would love to be more involved.
So we'll end up having to just count the sound of you bashing the racket on the pots and pans.
Sure.
The speech doesn't count. So how loud was that?
That was 86 decibels, just above Mel.
Okay.
So Aaron, how did the racket actually work?
I cut a hole in the racket so that I could place the cable through it, and that would create a counter pressure in which I could use it to hit that cable into an extension cord. Game, set, match.
What was it like being in the room with that noise?
I would say it was the loudest, and we measured it at 102 decibels. So that's 1 point for Pete, 2 for Mel, 3 for Reese, 4 for Conchetta, and 5 points for Aaron Chan.
Okay. What's our scoreboard looking like these days, Tom?
It's Aaron with the advantage right now with 10 points.
All right, let's jump to another one.
Okay, here's another task. Hi, Mel.
G'day, maggot.
How are you?
I'm all right.
What am I looking for?
Mel.
Find and record someone with the most heavenly speaking voice.
You must introduce your heavenly speaking voice person by using your own annoying voice.
Your heavenly speaking voice person recording must include the sentence,
How now, brown cow?
You have until the studio record of episode 9! Your time starts now!
But I live in Brisbane. It's gonna be hard.
What about like this?
No, that one's
Is that hot?
quite nice.
Oh.
You should introduce them in the recording using an annoying voice.
You should introduce him in the recording using an annoying voice.
That was a bit annoying. Do you have anyone in mind?
Dame Judi Dench.
Wow, you know her?
No.
Hello? Oh, could use it as a battery holder, you know? Pretend that you really need a battery.
Oh, Aaron, so glad I ran into you. I really need some batteries. Do you have any?
No. Take it easy, okay?
All right, let's see what heavenly voices our little angels managed to find. Reese, we'll start with you, I think.
Yeah, all right. So I've got to introduce it with the most annoying voice. And I think, to me, that is low talkers. And so to introduce mine, I'm going to say...
Your heavenly speaking voice person's recording must include the sentence, How now, brown cow? You have...
What's his name?
Reese Nicholson, you have until the studio record of episode 9. Reese, your time starts now.
I must say, it's pretty impressive. How did you get Rebecca Gibney?
I genuinely don't know how it happened. I took a swing, I emailed her. She'd seen me perform before and did not stick around. And so I took the swing and it paid off. And I want to win so much. I want to win this so much. I don't care about anything else because this is the best thing I'm ever going to do in my whole life.
Mel, what do you have?
Not Kate Blanchett, that's for sure. So my person is also a very large celebrity on this network. This is me introducing it in my annoying voice, which, as the listeners of many radio stations over the years have told me, and I quote, "Why is that fishwife on the radio?" Here we go.
Lloyd, comedian. How now, brown cow?
It was pleasing to the ears.
It's a straight white man, your favourite.
All right, Conchetta, what did you bring in?
Introducing my heavenly voice.
Oh, hello, Tom, it's me, Alex Horne, your boss, his assistant, and the creator of Taskmaster. So I wanted to check in. Obviously, your contract's up at the end of the year, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But mainly, I just wanted to get in touch to. I'm so sorry. I'm on a farm and the reception is terrible. But yeah, it's very important for me to say to you that how now, brown cow.
That was like watching the monkeys watch the Beatles. Of course, Alex Horne, creator of this show, that's who that was. How'd you get Alex?
We've boned before. sorry. Let me start again.
That's how I got Kate Blanchett.
Wow.
I also sent an email. And he'd watched me perform and stayed back.
All right, Aaron, what have you got?
Can I just say, my mind is blown right now. I didn't know you were allowed to use star power. If I had known, I would have called Obama. But, yeah, I just got a mate.
Every snowman needs a showman, and my showman's name is Rowan Dix. He has the most heavenly voice in the world.
How now, brown cow?
Thank you.
Oh, it's tricky, isn't it? Because he sounded better than Rebecca Gibney. Did you say he's a voiceover artist?
No, he is a musician. He has a podcast.
Do you want to give his podcast a mention? Give him a shout out?
The Meeting Tree Podcast. Is that right? Yeah, you know Rowan as well.
I know Rowan.
Wow, so we have had a full scale, haven't we? We've had, like, celebrities, and then we've had yours and Aaron's mate. It's hard to ignore the star power, though, because it was very exciting, because you got the story behind it.
Tom.
Yes.
Can I show mine? I know I'm only on 2 points, but I would like to play the episode out. Can I go now?
Yes, you can go now.
Now, Tom, I mentioned when I got the envelope, a certain name, Dame Judi Dench. She recorded one for me, wasn't happy with her performance. I scrapped it. But then I heard a voice out in the street one day, and I thought, I need to record you. You have a heavenly voice. So there's no video. We're just going to have to listen.
Okay.
So I'm going to introduce the way I would order a tea normally, okay? Play the bloody audio!
I'm glad you find my voice so angelic, and I hope Taskmaster feels the same. I guess all I need to say now is, how now, brown cow?
Removing the visual helped me luxuriate in the sound of the voice.
But I just stripped it back, and it was the most heavenly voice I've ever heard. And
who was it?
Do you not know?
No.
Are you joking?
Well, it's just a bit embarrassing because my wife might be watching and I don't want to say that I found someone else's voice attractive.
I've got you covered because it was your wife.
I'm in a bit of a pickle now, aren't I? All right, well, I'm giving Conchetta 1 because I didn't enjoy the sound of Alex Horne's voice at all. Which, you know, could be a career-limiting move, but I've got another TV show. I'm going to give 2 points to Aaron Chen because I just don't like podcasts in general.
Right.
So it's more about the content that he does outside the show. Okay. I've always enjoyed the sound of Lloyd Langford's voice. Okay. So 3 points to Mel. I'm giving 4 points to Kate Blanchett between gritted teeth. And I'm going to give 5 points to Peter Hellier, mostly so I can say on national TV, my wife's voice is sexier than Kate Blanchett's. If that task was enough to get you believing in heaven, then here's a break so you can look up your nearest non-denominational place of worship. Just make sure they're not one of the dodgy ones. We'll see you after this. Welcome back to Taskmaster Australia, the show that tackles the most important questions facing society, like if you get caught in a volcanic eruption, what would be the funniest way to die? All right, Lesser Tom, we just finished a task before the break, so what should we do now?
It's our last team task for the season.
Tom?
Oh, cute! What gorgeous headshots.
Ah.
Kill these women.
I want to kiss them all.
You're going to have to get all this positivity out of your system.
I like the sound of that, Tom.
Make a disinformation video that smears the reputation of the other team.
The video that smears the other team the most wins.
You have 60 minutes. Your time starts now.
Well, Reese has already done it.
Okay, so Aaron. Disinformation.
What's coming to you?
I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
I'll never work again.
What if he's racist to Italians?
She's Italian.
That's true, though.
Look into their history.
Should they have something paranormal? Should we say Reese has, like, udders?
Yes. Yes!
Udders are paranormal?
Didn't even have to run that past me.
I believe she was kicked off the set of the baking show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What did she do to get kicked off Bake Off?
We'll make the video and you'll find out. She shat on my cake. Yeah. See?
Okay. The team tasks are back, so we've got Ernie and Bert versus the Muppets. What smear campaign should we see first?
It's the Sesame Street Press. It's Conchetta and Mel.
We interrupt your program tonight to bring you some news from the Australian 7 p.m. factual news reported by the government.
I'm Sarah.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm just gonna go. Shut up.
You're a nightmare.
I'm Sarah Paprika.
And I'm 47. News just in.
Peter Hellier has been discovered that his 20-plus year career has been held up by a monkey. He has had his jokes written by a monkey this whole time. And he has made a statement to media that he likes upskirting.
Shocking stuff, Sarah.
I wouldn't do it.
Australian comedian Aaron Chen has made the news tonight for his share marriage. It's a marriage of convenience, unfortunately, which is being proven to be not real. The proposal, the dress, the whole caboodle, absolutely fake. Even more shocking news and disturbing, the RSPCA is aware of some animal cruelty, or some cruelty near an animal, where Aaron was caught doing a wank near a seagull later this afternoon. He was caught...
Sorry, we've just got some breaking news. Comedian Rhys Nicholson has been caught with udders that are, regularly milked in secret by Peter Hellier for Aaron Chen to drink and get big and strong.
Disturbing stuff, Sarah. And that's the news for tonight. Stay tuned for what's coming up next on your favourite station, where the Australian 7 p.m. factual news report from the government. I'm 47.
I'm Sarah Paprika.
Good night.
I'm
Sorry, Tom, I just dropped my phone.
It was a good effort, Ernie and Bert. I'm worried I'm going to have to deduct points, though, because there was no disinformation there at all. I don't think you complete the task if you just say all these true things about our colleagues. I think we should maybe have a look at the Muppets effort.
Let's do it. It's our last jaunt with the Muppets. Here's Aaron, Pete and Rhys.
The leading ladies of Aussie comedy, Mel Buttle and Conchetta Caristo, have had audiences rolling in the aisles for years. But now, many are asking, is it time for the laughter to stop? Rhys Nicholson has more.
Tonight, I'm at the home of Mel Buttle and Conchetta Caristo, two women in comedy at the top of their game. But are they playing the rules of the game? What is the game? Is it a family game? We caught up with Australian icon Maggie Beer to tell us what happened on the set of The Great Australian Bake Off.
Mel Buttle took a dump in one of my quince paste tubs and then shared it with the crew.
Mel!
Get away from me,
Mel!
you asshole! I didn't have anything.
Answer the question!
Shut
Why did you
up.
shit in the cake?
I don't
Why
know.
did you shit in the cake?
I didn't...
It was enormous. Really was a lot of poo.
We now turn our gaze and lesbians onto the story of Conchetta Caristo.
She's not even Italian. She's taking away the roles from real Italian guys like us. And what are we left with? The Chinese roles.
Conchetta! Conchetta! Is it true that you're not really Italian?
How can you say this? I am Italian.
What's your favourite landmark in Italy?
I'll get back to you.
Can you put pineapple on a pizza? Conchetta!
Yeah, we're after any information any of the public has involving these comedians, Mel Battle and Conchetta Caristo.
We're now giving you a list of alleged things that they've been involved in. This is not a finished list. We're adding to it every day, so please call the number on your screen for any help.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. Doesn't even mention the Maggie Beer quince paste incident. That was revolting. Sure, it's all been giggles for these girls, but what Aussie audiences are now saying is please stop the crimes and crapping into tubs of Maggie Beer quince paste. She deserves better. So do we all.
All right, Pete, it's good to see the wigs are back.
Absolutely, absolutely. Good to see Aaron adopting some wigs as well.
Yes, it's right.
I mean, I'm not sure how Aaron and Rhys you feel. This is episode 9 now, and we've kind of developed a bit of a bond. But to see that report, to see, like, we've shared meals, and you offered me some Maggie Beer quince paste at lunch yesterday, and I thought, this tastes different.
Hey, Pete, we just made that up.
No, we didn't.
No, we did because it was disinformation.
I don't get it.
Well, I feel like they were both actually really good. But I reckon Ernie and Bert had it by just a smidge.
Okay.
So I'm going to give Ernie and Bert 5-5 and the Muppets 4-4-4.
Okay.
OK, in light of recent allegations, we're going to start a short break so Channel 10 can do an internal investigation on our contestants. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back to Taskmaster, everyone. Lesser Tom, have you got another task for us?
Sure do. It's time for us to give you a hiding.
Don't make me do this without Tom.
Hide from Tom inside one of these 5 items.
Tom will emerge from the shed in exactly 2 minutes.
And make an accusation from the mat.
If he is correct, you've been found and must reveal yourself.
If incorrect, Tom will return to the shed and admonish himself for 20 seconds before returning to make another accusation.
The process will repeat until you are found.
Most accusations wins.
Your time starts now.
OK, so essentially it's hide and go seek with some annoying structure added to make it not hide and seek. OK. All right, whose attempt are we going to see then?
Will they stick out like a sore thumb, or will they blend in like normal thumbs, which, as we all know, are very elusive? It's Aaron, Conchetta and Mel.
I used to be in the closet, then I came out. Woo, done. OK. I'm not a guinea pig, so I'm not going in there.
He's gonna know that I want to go there.
It's called red herring.
I don't know.
Am I... Oops, excuse.
2 minutes!
I accuse you of being in the tent. I accuse you of being in the kennel. I accuse you of being in the bathtub.
Could you see?
Yeah.
What part did you see?
Your knees. You're an idiot.
How did I get away?
Obviously she wasn't in the tent. Of course Mel didn't go in the kennel. She's not an animal. God damn it. Idiot. Do better next time. God.
What? Hey.
Hi, Conchetta.
That wasn't 2 minutes, that's bonkers.
I was in there for 20 seconds, admonishing myself.
Not again.
I accuse you of being in none of the items in front of the cupboard.
Again, reading wrong has undone me.
I accuse you of being in the closet.
I was gonna go in the tub, but I think you'd see me, okay?
I can see you.
You can see me?
Yep.
Smart.
If you couldn't see, do you reckon you would have guessed?
In another world where I couldn't see that you're in the bathtub.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but the fact that I could see that you're in the bathtub was a big part of why I guessed the bathtub. I accuse you of being in the tent.
Maybe.
How do you think you went?
Pretty good.
Is there a reason you removed one of the possibilities from contention?
What do you mean?
So, Mel, was your tactic just to climb in the tent and have a sleep?
I was exhausted, it was very cold.
Did you hear the...
Nope, I had no idea what had happened, and then I thought it was part of the task. And when I came out of the tent and you were like, why did you remove the thing? I was like, oh, because on purpose.
I thought it was a very elaborate double trick that
Correct.
you put it on the cupboard.
I thought the director and stuff said, oh, Mel, when you're in the tent, heaps of ducks got in and flicked all the balls out. And I was like, is this another trick? Is this... Well, I meant to go up to you and go, yeah, a duck did it. And you're like, no, that's not part of the task. A duck can't help you. That's what... Anyway, I've upped my meds and we're all good. OK.
So, Conchetta, why did you change from the bath? Why did you give up on that?
I just had an instinct that it wasn't right. And then I ended up being right. I think you said you could see my big fat ass.
Those were not my words.
So, Aaron, you said that you hid in the bath as a red herring, but a red herring is something you place for someone to see to distract them.
So I put the task card in front of the bath,
right,
which I hid in, which is a double red herring.
Can I say that is the kind of red herring that would have worked had I not been able to literally see him in the bath.
All right, let's see who else you got.
We know they're an expert at hiding bodies. Can they hide their own? It's Rhys Nicholson.
I accuse you of being in the closet.
You're an idiot.
I accuse you of being in the closet.
The same guess twice in a row. Of course that wasn't going to be correct.
I accuse you of being in the closet.
The same guess 3 times in a row. You're trying to be clever, but you're just a fool.
I accuse you of being in the kennel.
What's going on with this guy?
Well, la-dee-da, look where we are again.
I accuse you of being in the ball pit.
Look at you, you've made how many guesses? 4, 5? You've lost count. That's how many incorrect guesses you've made in a row.
I accuse you of being in the tent.
Tom, don't turn around, but how long do we do this for?
As long as it takes.
One of the things was open and you still got it incorrect.
I accuse you of being in the tent.
A fun fact, I lost my virginity in a tent. Little something something for everyone playing at home.
Come on, try harder. Use logic.
I accuse you of being in the closet.
You idiot. Get it right this time.
I accuse you of being in the tent.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Reece.
Good boy. You just wanted to say I was in the closet most, I think.
I thought that maybe that's a joke that you would go for.
Yeah.
And then once I'd said it once, I thought, oh, it would be a double trick for you to go in there after I just guessed it.
Yeah.
And then the third time I thought, oh, it'll be a triple trick. Like now you're really gonna think I didn't say it. And then at that point I was sick of guessing the closet.
But you've ignored the fact that there's a pit of balls over there. Where would I prefer to be now in my life, Tom? In the closet or surrounded by balls?
You're always one step ahead.
I am thinking a lot about Peter Hellier jumping into that ball pit.
What do you think I should guess first for Peter Hellier?
Kennel.
Okay.
Bye.
See ya.
Reece, you were very good at hiding and also very good at looking like a Cluedo villain.
Yeah!
Now it's time for you at home to go and hide, and I'll give you a few minutes head start. You better find a good hiding spot because I'm coming for you and I'm bloody good. We'll be back soon. Welcome back to Taskmaster, where we've been making contestants hide in one of 5 objects. Just good, honest fun.
That's right. So far, Reece Nicholson is out in front in the lead, and they also gave me a bit of a clue. Next up, we've got Pete Hellier.
I think he's going to not expect me to be in here. Oh.
I accuse you of being in the kennel.
How did you know?
Reece told me.
Well, that's disappointing. I was in here chuckling to myself, thinking, this is bloody brilliant.
Would you like to get out of the kennel?
It's like I've been born again.
When I said, would you like to come out, I kind of imagined you coming out the top.
Can you go through the top?
Yeah.
Really? I'll forgive you one day, but it's going to take some time.
I only said kennel because I was calling you a dog.
I know. No, I really thought, being a man of girth, you won't expect me to crawl through that, not knowing you could go through the top with the lid. You won't expect me to be able to crawl through. And I was just having a bloody good time in there going, oh, you're winning Taskmaster, Pete. And,
All right, well, I think we should look at the scores.
Aaron and Pete both were found with 1 accusation. Conchetta needed 2 accusations, Mel 3, and Reece was found after 9 accusations. So that means Aaron and Pete get 2 points, Conchetta 3 points, Mel with 4, and Reece takes out the task with 5 points.
All right, Leslie Tom, I think we need a scoreboard update, please.
They're the current leaders on 18. It's Aaron, Reece, and Mel.
All right, live task time. Let's party. Up to the stage. I shouldn't have to ask, but give the task to someone to read, please, Leslie Tom.
Reece, could you please read the task?
In teams, whilst wearing your VR headset, communicate to the Taskmaster the scene you're seeing. One team member may only mime actions relating to their scene. One team member may only make sound effects with their mouth relating to their scene. And for the team of 3, their oldest member... Sorry, Aaron. Yeah. Your oldest member may only say, wow, over and over again. Each team will get 1 round of 5 scenes to communicate about. Most scenes communicated to the Taskmaster wins. The team of 2 will begin on Tom's whistle.
Could the team of 3 please sit down on the couch? And we're going to activate the team of 2's VR goggles. No moving, Mel.
Parachuting? All right. Okay. Skiing? Like in the beach? Astronauts?
Oh!
The bathroom?
Team of 3, please step up to the plate. Scene 1.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Train.
Oh, wow.
River. Rapids. Canoeing in the rapids.
Wow.
Lock-in scuba diving. Paper delivery.
Wow.
Soccer stadium. All right, I guess I'll find out what I got right and wrong after the break. Welcome back to Taskmaster. You're just in time for our magic trick where with just a few words we will transform 5 ordinary Australian comedians into something extraordinary. 1 winner and 4 massive losers. We're going to need some scores for that live task, please, Lisa Tom.
So Ernie and Bert, you got 2 correct and 1 quite close. Snowboarding was their clue, you said skiing.
How about the Muppets?
They made you get 2 correct, so I suppose it's a matter of whether snowboarding and skiing is close enough for you to...
I wouldn't think so.
Give that the difference.
They are fierce rivals. You go up in the slopes. Am I right? Snowboarders and skiers, fierce rivals, hate each other.
All right, well, I think to split the difference, I'll say that skiing and snowboarding's close enough. I'll make it half a point. So the clear winners, Ernie and Bert.
OK.
But in terms of their skill level of executing that live task, about the same. So I'm going to give 5-5 and 4-4-4.
OK.
And now for the main event. Would you please tell us who our winner is tonight?
Well, after doing some maths, Aaron, Pete, Reese and Conchetta did really, really well. But for Mel, VR stands for very remarkable because you've won the episode.
Congratulations, Mel. Please head up to the stage and enjoy your prizes. OK, now, other Tom, give me an update on the season scores.
Well, at this stage, Aaron is still in the lead and Mel is still in last place. And with only 1 episode to go, it's going to be very difficult for Mel to catch up. I don't want to say impossible, because I still want her to come next week. But her only hope, really, is everyone else doesn't come this week.
So what did we learn tonight? We learned a crap load of career-ending stuff about all 5 of these sickos. We learnt that the Taskmaster dog kennel has multiple entrances. But most importantly, we learnt that Mel is the winner of episode 9. See you all next week.
For more Taskmaster, subscribe now.